Okay, scholars, so today we're going to start with our question of the day. There are 2 baskets. Aunt Sue made 8 muffins. What are the different ways she might divide them between the baskets? So remember, like yesterday in our Zoom, when we kind of drew lines around how we could divide them, how could she take these 8 muffins and divide them into 2 baskets? There's several ways we could do it, and I'd like to show me on Seesaw what you come up with on your whiteboard. So go ahead and pause the video right now and then show me all the ways that you can sort these muffins, and then come back and let's do our lesson, okay? All right, perfect. So scholars, our lesson today is on properties of plane shapes. So we aren't talking about solid figures right now. We're talking about plane shapes, flat shapes. So things like squares and circles, triangles, hexagons, all those kind of shapes, okay? And the way that we've learned to talk about those shapes, scholars, is with the word sides. How many sides does a square have? And corners. How many corners does a square have? 4. Good. And curves. A circle has a curved shape. A square does not have any curves. So those are some ways that we can look at things. So for your work today, scholars, you're going to look at this poster, and you're going to decide, how can I describe each shape? So this word bank up here is words that you can use to describe each one of these circles. So I want you on Seesaw to use the mic and describe each shape using a word or words from the word bank. You could use one more than once. You could use just one, depending on the shape. So just use those words to help you describe how many corners, sides, and whether or not it's round, okay? So that's what you're going to do with each shape and share that on Seesaw. Now let's see what rainbow fish can tell us about those shapes. Okay, so let's see. We're going to watch the video about each one of those shapes and how knowing how to talk about them can help you. Okay, so let's see or rainbow butterfly.
You can ask questions to help you sort shapes. Look at the sides of the shapes. How are these shapes alike? Think about it. Do these shapes have straight sides? Yes, they all have straight sides.
That's right.
This is one way they are all alike.
They're not curved.
Do these shapes have corners? Yes, they all have corners. This is another way these shapes are all alike.
So scholars, we can see that each one of these shapes has corners and sides.
How are these shapes alike? Think about it. Do these shapes have straight sides? No, these shapes all have curves. Curves are not straight. Sides are always straight.
So we can look at this circle shape and see that it is curved and not straight like the sides on the square.
A corner of a shape is where 2 straight sides meet. Do these shapes have corners? Yes, these shapes all have corners. Do these shapes have corners? No, these shapes do not have corners. Tell how you know. Corners are where straight sides meet. These shapes do not have straight sides.
That's right.
You have just learned how plane shapes can be different.
Okay, scholars, so that's exactly what we're going to be talking about on our homework today.
Plane shapes can have straight sides. They can have curves. Plane shapes can also have corners, or they can have no corners. Now you see how questions help you sort plane shapes.
All right, so just like they sorted in the video and used descriptions, sorry, scholars, there's lots of fireworks going on outside. But just like they use descriptions, that's how you're going to describe, are there any corners? No. Are there sides? Yes, but what's special about it? You can use those words up here to describe, okay? All right, scholars, you're doing a great job. We only have a couple days left, and I will talk to you soon.